On a day like today, I can't think of anywhere better to be than out in the countryside looking for the elusive big cats of Caithness. That's just what I'm going to do. Now where I am, so far I'm seeing plenty of indication of red deer anyway. Big hoof marks. It's quite boggy here actually. Very boggy. But from mapping of sightings, it's entirely possible this area may form part of a corridor that one or more cat travels. Certainly one of the larger black ones. So we shall keep going along here. We should get through the trees shortly and into more open ground. We should be able to go along a couple of small streams and have a look round and see if we can find anything. Now the most recent sighting happened about, I think, 3 or 4 weeks ago now, and it was about, where am I now? I know where I am. Maybe a mile and a half from here. But there are other sightings then at the back of me as well. In fact, no, there's a historical sighting probably less than half a mile from me. So, going by that, this is why I think this might be possibly be a corridor that we follow. So worth coming down a look, and maybe if I see a good spot I might put a couple of cameras in. We've got some scat there, I'll show you that. Right, so there's the scat. So 2-inch segment, the other bits 1 inch, 1.5. Let's have a closer look at them. Right, looks like there's hair and stuff in it. So I'll get gloves on and we'll pick it apart. Oh, there's definitely lots of hair, fur in that. Is that a bone? Is that a bit of a tooth of something? Don't know if the camera's going to focus on that or not. No, it's not going to. There we go. Maybe it'll focus there. I don't know, is that a tooth? Could be. Okay. No, I don't think it is. Or is it just more to see? There's definitely hair in it. Now, usually fox scat I see it's really just one long piece and maybe a little short piece. But, I mean, it's not to say it couldn't be a wild cat, as opposed to a bigger cat. But there's definitely hair in it. Yeah. Oh well. We'll move on. I didn't realise that break was there. You wouldn't tell from looking at Google Maps anyway. There's a roe deer down the way there. You'll barely see them. I can see them with the thermal. Oh well, if there's deer about, there's no cat about, that's for sure. There's another little bit of scat now. I can check that out when I go back home, see what that might be. The deer's off down that way. It's quite boggy over there. There's a path off to my left here. Go up that, but I think we'll go back to the break in the trees there and go along that and see if we can see anything. Fantastic day though. Right, let's go. Let's carry along this way. See if we see anything interesting. Plenty of deer tracks anyway. Here's a scat. Let's have a look at this one. I mean, look at that. I don't know what did that, but they waited a long time to do it anyway, that's for sure. I suppose we better pull this one apart as well. Right, let's pull it apart then. The hell is it? What the hell did that? Oh, I don't know. It's a scat actually. No, I don't think it is. Is that some kind of insulation or something? I'll lift it up towards the camera. I can see it a bit better there. That's a bit strange. But then it's on a trail, so it must be a scat of some sort, but that's the weirdest one I've ever seen. Oh well. It does look like hair. But what the hell did that? I don't know. Something I'll mention here is when you see all these rushes and all that, when Pete saw his puma, it just went down low in behind the same kind of ground. And he says once it did that, he couldn't see it, just completely gone. And maybe, I've just had a thought, we should maybe try a little exercise with the thermal. And put it on, and then I'll go and lie down, stand up, then lie down. And we could put that in the video, possibly. Yeah, that's a good idea, because that'll give us a good idea of what shielding, heat shielding the rushes can do, and the long grass. Right, so what I've done is I've got the thermal just to the side of the camera here. So what I'll do is I'll just go along here, stand, and then drop down. And then we'll get an idea how much shielding this material provides for a heat signature. Well, there's been deer lying here anyway. Let's go over here. So hopefully you can still see me. Yeah. Okay, you should still see me there. So what I'll do now is I'll just lie down and see what happens. And hopefully I've disappeared. Right, it'll come back up. So what I'll do then is overlay the thermal on top of the video. You'll be able to see I've got the old team, research team high vis on. I thought that's a good idea because there is a bit of shooting goes on in this area. Don't know if anyone's out today, I haven't heard any shots, but better to wear something and be visible just in case. Right, now there's another bit of scat. See that the end goes to the point, that's definitely fox. And the other end as well as a tail on it too. And the reason for that is, if I remember correctly, the fox does not have a sphincter muscle, which means it can't actually effectively snap the piece of feces like a human can, for instance. I don't know if I've mentioned it in a previous video, but I actually, oh, the sun's blinding me, blinding me too. I was looking at an atlas. It was just part of Scotland, a map, a physical map, not a Google map. I prefer the physical maps. And I noticed a hill called Cat's Craig. And I thought, that's interesting. So, of course, Craig is the Gaelic word for hill. So I started looking around for other Cat's Craigs. And I think in total I found 4. At least in the time I was looking. There might be more in the country that aren't actually named on a map. So I thought, well, if it's called Cat's Hill, there's obviously a cat or cats on it. The question is, are we talking wild cats or something bigger, or both? And I think now, if I was to go to an area where there's a hill called Cat's Craig, or it's just simply called the Cat's Hill, I would ask local people, I say, why is it, what kind of cats are you seeing up there? You know, and maybe you'll get some stories. So if anyone who watches this finds himself near a hill called Cat's Craig, ask around and see if you get any results. And then, of course, forward the information to Paul MacDonald on the Big Cat Sightings in Scotland page. I don't know if we'll get any results, like, because usually only about 3 dozen people watch my videos. Oh, I'll never get that million subscriber award from YouTube. Never ever. Well, as we're coming back past this, let's have a look at it again. So there's I suppose there's a bit of a tail on that right hand segment. And there's the one in the middle that we pulled apart. And there's the other one. So each segment was what, 1.5 to 2 inches, something like that. Not majorly big. Not what we're looking for anyway. Oh, that's better. Oh, here takes it at you. Oh, it's tramping around. There's a bit of moorland near this forest where a historical sighting during that, a large black cat was seen pursuing 2 or 3 red deer across the moor, and it got put off its hunt by the witnesses' dogs. They were also out there for a bit of shooting as well. And near to that spot, I know that there have been some sheep kills. I haven't been able to get to the area yet, and I'll have to ask that particular farmer if I can do that and maybe observe from his ground onto the moor sometime. A nighttime stint would be good, but not by myself. No thanks. I'll have to get a volunteer. Maybe Puma Pete will assist. Right, I think I'll finish this tea, and then we'll go along to another little area of forestry and have a look around there. Again, there's been sightings in that area too, so we may turn up something. If we don't, we get a nice walk out of it. And that's not so bad.